Hey there, Nini.
Hi, Mark. I'm good.
You're
How
the
are you?
first. Good. You're the first one. Oh, here's Mike and Elizabeth. Yay. All right. Aria. All right. Hey, Mike. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Let's see who else is joining in here. Oh, a few more. All right. Hey there, Mike. How you doing?
I'm okay, Mark. How are you?
Well, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to
And
see-
Aria. Hey, are you there, Aria? Yeah, she'll come on in a minute. Hey, Karen. How you doing?
Hi.
Good to good to see you.
Good to see you.
Where are you from, Karen?
In Los Angeles, California.
Oh my goodness.
Where are
We're
you?
I'm in Phoenix, the
Oh,
Scottsdale area. We're almost neighbors compared to many people here.
that's right.
All right, good. Let's wait for another moment or two, see if anyone else moseys in. Paul's here. Good. All right, let's see who else. And Susan.
I don't know why I have that twice. That's an accident. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm well, thank you.
Good.
Excellent. And we're going to wait for another minute and see who else joins us here. And let's see here. Uh, Harry is joining us. There's Harry. Hey, how you doing, Harry? Can you hear me? All right. This is mic off. All right. There you are. Hey, Harry, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Mark. How are you?
Well, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
All right. Great. Great. And Susan, where are you from?
I am from Inglewood, Colorado. So I first met you a couple of years ago at Unity Spiritual
Oh my
Center.
goodness. Oh my God. Yeah. I apologize. I don't remember names. I meet so many people. I'm
Oh,
truly
no,
sorry.
don't. Don't apologize at all.
Yeah, Unity had a very, very large crowd there. It was great.
Yeah,
I loved it.
that was great.
And was it at a healing circle or a workshop? Do you remember?
It was a very large healing circle. There were quite a few people there, maybe 40, even 50 people there.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, good. Excellent.
And you gave us the whole background and everything, so it was really great.
Fantastic. And yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Right now we're freezing in Phoenix. It's about what is it? 60 degrees, and everyone's wearing their galoshes and scarves and winter coats. And so, in any case, how you doing, Paul?
Good, Mark. Yeah, it looks like you're
Excellent.
bundled up.
Yeah, I am. Totally. A sweatshirt and a jacket and a shirt, you know. So, all right, almost ready here. So, I've been curious, who has the belly problem, the stomach problem? Does someone have a stomach problem, digestive or intestinal?
It could be me. I don't know. Could be somebody else.
All right, all righty.
It could be.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, it's Liz. Yeah, it could be me.
Okay, I'll work with you in a little bit, hon.
Okay.
And so I thank everyone for being here. I'm totally honored. Oh, I did the wrong thing there. All right. Um, so in any case, for the new people, my name is Mark Earlix, and I am a healer by the grace of God. What happens, I don't know. How it happens, I don't know. When it happens, I don't know. Where it happens, I don't know. Most people experience change in their life, either immediately or incrementally. Some people, if they're scheduled for surgery or something like that, they'll say, "Oh my God," the doctors will say, "Oh my God, the skin cooperated so well. I've never seen this before." Or, "Oh, I found the situation for the first time in 5 years or 50 years. And we know what it is, and it'll be taken care of most readily." I work with what came to me was my light, uh, my gift, and my goal. That's what the light is for me. And so, and I just let it happen. And I say, "Okay, boss, take over," whatever that should be. And then I let the old man or woman upstairs take over. And it tells me to move aside and get out of its way, and I do. So that's basically what happens in the initial part. There's many a times that I might perceive something through hearing or seeing, which is our knowing, and I'll perceive that through that knowing, and I'll express it most often. Not all the time, but most often. And then there's if I should see something or hear something. And then there's other times that I mostly feel the energies uh, or the dynamics of electricity or staticky stuff, electricity, or heat or cold. You may feel these things. I'll feel it as an energetic. And so, or you may feel, air going through your muscles or your bones, or you may feel an emotional catharsis. I never know. And everyone is just so unique in their own perceptions as well. And I prefer it that way, not knowing what it's going to be, just allowing it to be, and how it's going to affect a person either immediately or incrementally. You may experience something most immediately, or walking down the street 2 weeks or 2 months later saying, "Oh my God, when did this leave me?" And if that should be the case. And are there any questions I could try to answer before we start here? Please, anything from anyone about what I do or how I do it, or what my perceptions are?
Oh, well, how does it work? I'm literally just found you here and I'm curious. I mean, is it just for like sickness or body ailments or
Any of the above, except for the emotional. With the emotional, I prefer to keep that private. Uh, and so I won't work with someone online in front of everyone with an emotional situation. I will work with physiological, biological injury or whatever. Most people experience something most immediately or afterwards, as I expressed. And you go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, do I need to tell you what it is? Because
One thing physically,
yeah.
yes. And we keep it to one thing because I want to get to everyone.
Okay.
And that's the way the healing circle is. And first, I give a little spiel about myself, and then I tell people that I have appointments available or I have workshops coming up, which is happening. I have a workshop coming up in another week, and the appointments are available on Zoom or FaceTime or telephone, whatever person's preference. And that's at my website, markearlix.com. And please do sign up for the newsletter. We got that functioning again, my help. And so, hey there, Nancy, how are you?
Hi, sorry for the delay, being tardy.
Oh,
Sorry about that. I'm
no
doing all right,
delays.
thanks.
Don't worry about that. No delay. Come in and out as you please.
Thank you.
Feel free. So that's how I work, Karen. Um, uh, I'll work with one person at a time. And I've already talked about, the appointments and stuff like that available for everyone. And either the Zoom or FaceTime or telephone. And on my website, markearlix.com, again, is the newsletter. Please do sign up for that. It'll tell the events or where I'm going to be. I have a workshop also coming up the first week of February in Wisconsin, Burlington, Wisconsin. And the first day of Friday, it's going to be a healing circle. Then Saturday, it's going to be a one-day workshop on spiritual healing. And then it'll be 3 days of appointments. And then I have also online coming up. It's going to be an online class on intuition. And that'll be, I believe, next Monday it starts for 4 days. And it'll be an hour and a half a day, and it'll be on Zoom. So even if you can't make a day or two or more, the recordings will be there. And you'll have those for the rest of your life. And then I have a 2-hour workshop this next Thursday based on intuition, and that's on the website as well. And then I have this, and I'm going to be having a meetup that's going to get out to a large group of people around the world. That'll be coming up within the next month or so, I believe, or 2 months. And it's going to be called a meet and greet, and meet me, Mark Earlix. And it'll be titled Meet Me, Mark Earlix, Spiritual Healer. And let's see, there's a bunch of other things that are be scheduled as well. I am going to start traveling again, probably in besides the Wisconsin one, probably in another month after that or 2 months after that. And where yet, I don't know. Arrangements have to be fully made. So, good questions. Thank you. You allowed me to give my spiel. And anything else? Anyone have any other questions or comments, please, before we start here? Please, I'm totally open. Anything.
Hey,
Come
Mark.
on. Yeah, hi.
Oh, you know what? I think it was last week you were talking about early on, you were saying how like the breath of God coming through
Yes.
your nostrils, and it took you a while to contemplate on that. And the next morning, as I do my morning ritual prayer, and I've been saying this. It's out of an Ayurvedic healing book. My wife has been into alternative therapies for a long time, and I've been saying this for a long time, and it hit me. The start of it is, "Dear God, you are inside me, within my very breath." That's how the prayer
Oh,
starts.
awesome.
And all of a sudden, it's just like it hit me what you said the night before.
Yeah. The exercise was, it's written in the great book that God breathed through the nostrils of man and woman, gave him life. Well, if that's true, we're breathing in the breath of God. And if that's true, if we can wonder about that, okay, I'm breathing in the breath of God. What does that mean? That means God breathes through our nostrils to give us life. We breathe in through our nostrils and gives us life. What would it be like for God to give me life? Or you can call it Buddha, Muhammad, Allah, whatever you want to call it, creator, great consciousness, whatever, nameless one. It's breathing through your nostrils and giving you life. What would that be like? And then what came to me one day after years of occasionally practicing that, you're literally allowing that divinity, that godliness to breathe for you. And you'll find that happening as you do practice that. Great exercise, just fantastic. And you'll actually experience God breathing for you. You won't even perceive hardly a breath, but while you're contemplating that, but you'll find also that you are breathing and everything's slowed down to a less than a crawl. And you'll notice that, oh my God, I wasn't even breathing, and here I am, alive and well and still kicking. So,
I've something at the very end of that. It ends. The short prayer ends. I am healing and I am healed.
mm-hmm.
So it's like it's all happening at the same time. And as I've
Yes.
gone through my journey get well again. You know, my wife always says that and reminds me, and I'm like, okay, if that's possible, I always think of the example like if you broke a bone, is it possible to spontaneously heal that? Or to me, it's like things still may need some time to, uh, to go through a process of healing. What's your thought on that?
When you come to that place that you're able to be still enough to observe that happening and to trust, and that's the key factor, is to trust. And that trust is knowing and accepting. And so how deeply can we know and accept something to happen? I've seen it happen where bones are healed, or diseases have dispersed, where they're no longer participating in a person. I've seen lots of things. It depends upon our acceptance and our knowing. And so, and that's trusting. How deeply do we want to trust? Yes, it is possible. I've seen injuries. There was, I don't know if I've told the story before in front of this group. There was I was in, where was Seattle, Washington area, Puget Sound. Someone was sponsoring me out there to this group of people. And at night, after everyone left, it was just the family and I. They were cooking dinner, and I'm sitting at the table watching them because I'd just be in the way. And one of the daughters was cutting mushrooms or something, and then um, uh, the husband and the wife and I were chatting while they were doing the cooking, and all of a sudden the daughter let out a small scream as the knife had slipped from her hand and sliced her knee. And it was a super sharp knife, and so everyone rushed over there, and the woman, she went and grabbed a cold wash rag, and the husband, he was just standing there not knowing what to do, how to respond, because everyone was doing something and I was there. And I put my hands on her knee where it was bleeding, and uh, inside I said my prayer within my heart, and every word, every thought, every action is your living prayer, literally. And so I had my hands on her knee area where the knife had slid open, and uh, the woman had come back with the cold rag and some bandages and stuff like that. And then I knew my job was done because I felt my so-called indicators. I took my hands away, and now there was just a little, about an inch and a half um, uh, scab. So it was all taken care of.
Hmm.
And everyone just looked at me, and I slunked back to my chair, and I didn't say anything. And that was it. So I've seen lots of stuff. But when I saw that, my immediate reaction was to see wholeness, not injury. And that's one way of perceiving the health or the well-being, to see wholeness of where there was no um, okay, I'm sorry. Um, there was no it was like knitting together the tissue, and there was no scar or anything else that was going to happen afterwards. So it was just, a line that was so fine, and it was about an inch and a half long, but and the blood was gone, the cut was gone, everything. So things like this happen. We can do these things as we see the wholeness in something, the origin of something.
Okay.
So anything is possible in the mind of that divinity, that godliness.
Thank you.
And that's just one of thousands of stories, but still, good questions. Yeah, yeah. Please, anything else before we boogie here? Anything I can try to answer.
I do. I have a
Please, Nancy.
comment, I guess. Yeah, so I I think you and I think a lot alike.
Cool.
And doing I've been reading your book and doing your
Thank
exercises
you.
and stuff, and I'm trying to make Allie do it with me.
Cool.
So, yeah, I actually did some radical healing on my roommate's dog, so I understand the concepts and it's beautiful. And also, I think you pegged my sister last week in some of the words that you were saying. She's kind of hooked into, like I need surgery. This is the one I have to, and that kind of thing. And like tonight, she said, "Oh, I can't go tonight." I'm like, "What's going on?" And she says, "Well, I've had a migraine for 3 days, and I'm having a migraine hangover. He can't do anything with this headache." I'm like, "That's what this is for." Like so.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm
Cool.
glad that you have her pegged. I'm trying to push her to meet with you, so I
Awesome.
hope we can
Awesome.
get there.
Yeah. And I'll be there in February, you know.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful workshop. A lot of fun, I hope. I pray.
For sure. We know. Yes, it shall
Uh,
be.
yes, yes. Yeah, medical science, don't get me wrong, I don't think that medical science is bad by any means. It was created by God. And sometimes I think, though, that we put them as God, um, and that's not necessarily correct. Uh, they follow protocol, and that's what they do. You know, they don't want to get sued for whatever reasons. I don't follow protocol, and I'm not affiliated with anything medical. I don't even know medical. I know where the head is and two hands and feet. That's my medical knowledge. And at one time, I was married to a neurologist, and uh, everything that I learned that is so-called medical was listening to doctors and patients calling her about, and she was doing consults, and I only heard one half the conversation. So that's my knowledge, and I know nothing. Uh,
That's funny.
it is, it is, and so I don't proclaim to be medically oriented. I'm not. And again, I only know where the head is and where the eyes are and the hands and feet. And that's my vast knowledge. So, uh, and I don't know anything Ayurvedic, or I don't know anything, nutritionally uh, that's good for a person. My life is almond M&Ms and coffee. You know, that's everything. So, and so far I'm still here. And
The diet of the champions.
diet. There you go.
Chocolate and it's awesome.
Yeah, we got to keep it straight here. Yeah. And Cheerios for Mikey, and I don't even eat Cheerios. They might have something healthy in them. So, in any case, um, the junk food manufacturers would love to have me on commercials, and that's all I know. So,
I actually had a craving for Cheerios today when I was in the store. Although I forgot about them, didn't buy them, so good for
when you do have them, be sure to add, like a bag of sugar to them.
Oh, I used to do that as a kid, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
the
yeah,
sugar
yeah.
was crunchy on top of Cheerios.
I hear you. Until the 1970s, they started goofing around. There was a fad going around adding orange juice to the instead of milk, and that's when other things started coming in. Like whatever. But then I stopped eating them because it was no longer fun. But all right. Any other comments or questions, please? Please. Which brings up another comment from Mark Earlix here. If you have something to eat. Um, all I do in my life, most often, not always, but most often, is I'll either close my eyes or I'll put my hands a couple inches above the food and I'll say, "Okay, boss, bless this." And what I ask for in the blessing is being nourished and made healthy to some degree in what you're putting into the food. And then I imagine the light hands of that godliness going into the food and to nourish it. And that's what I'm eating. So I know that every word, every thought, every action is our living prayer, and our prayers do get answered. Uh, Even when we don't know that we're praying, we are. Every word, every thought, every action is our living prayer. Cool. Any questions about anything before we start, please?
Now, I love your prayer and on your food. Mine is may the food which is about to become my body help make the dream of the sacred universe come true.
Cool. Yeah. And anyone else? Come on, don't be chicken livers. All right. Mike, my dear friend, you're on the top and right next to me. So talk to me. Any one thing in your body. How you doing?
Well, yeah, with the food, I kind of think God makes the food nourishing and available. And but I believe in choosing certain things above others as far as but everybody's different. And so I feel thankful that there's some good choices around, and some things they're it's impossible to have a good choice, but it tastes good anyway.
Hey, yeah. One of my teachers once told me that I don't give a damn where you're at. Even if you're in the desert and you find a brick, you can eat that too and get nourished and strengthened. If your prayer is there. And, you know, and so I took that literally, no matter what I eat. So, and I have upheld that constitution ever since then, when I was in my later teens. So, or since I was 20.
Yeah.
And
If
and I believe
God,
that. I accept that.
if God's in everything, He's in the food I eat too,
Yep,
and I'm conscious of it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And the more conscious we are of it, the greater the empowerment that's given to that to nurture us, to strengthen us in life. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. Anything, how are you feeling, Mike?
Uh, you know, uh, since you've worked on my knee last week, I can tell it feels better to a certain extent. So it made a
Excellent.
difference, and I appreciate that. And
And what about your back, Mike?
oh, my back is fine.
Oh,
Actually, I
excellent.
started doing, yeah. Uh, I've kind of worked out. I got rid of the COVID. You got rid of a lot of it, the achiness, and then I went
Oh,
for
good.
cupping. I finally found that somebody that recommended that, and that actually pulled out the toxins. And then
Excellent.
the achiness that was left over that I had talked to you about, that you recognized, I've actually worked that out.
Excellent. So glad to hear that.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Let me work on your, what is it, your left knee?
Yeah, the inside aspect of my left knee.
Got it. Let me work on that.
Thank you.
Okay, you got it, Mike.
Thank
You
you.
got it. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. And please, if you find it within your heart, please do go to the website, markearlix.com, and definitely sign up for the newsletter. And also at the bottom is a tab for gifting. Please feel from your heart if you want to give anything. That'd be wonderful. And let's see, Karen T. Talk to me. Any one thing that's bugging you in your body, please.
Yeah, so I have also a knee injury, my left knee, and I'm a ballerina, and I also done jujitsu. So who knows which
Oh
one?
my God.
Yeah, so right now I cannot do either. I have a torn ACL, but the funny thing is, it was a finding. So I had an MRI done. You know, my knee, I injured my knee back in July, went back to jiu-jitsu after 5 years,
Oh,
took a
yeah.
break from COVID. I'm a purple belt, went back and was training.
Wow.
Nothing like, don't even know how it happened. Was training with another girl and I just felt something twist inside my left, but sorry, my right knee, not the left, right knee.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, right knee. And years and years ago, I had a sprain of the medial ligament, so that knee has been compromised. And I was like, yeah, just continue dancing, continue training. It wasn't getting better. So I went to see my orthopedist, and he was like, yeah, it's probably just a mild, sprain. And then I had an MRI done, and he came with a complete torn ACL and a sprain of the medial ligament. And it's not unstable, but it's definitely like ballet. I had to stop because I cannot pivot, with the pirouettes and whatnot. Whenever I have to do that, I have a shooting, pain. So that's one thing. And then another one, I have a pull of my hamstring on the left. And that was about 2 years ago. And it was almost a complete tear, but it never really healed 100%. But yeah, so those are, I mean, we're full of injuries as dancers.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I understand.
But it's
I
frustrating because I can't really do jujitsu or ballet right now because it
of the
became
right knee.
because of the right knee and the hamstring. I could cope with it, but I lost a little bit of my flexibility. But yeah, it's very
Yeah, with the hamstring, definitely. I would suggest keeping that wrapped, and that might give it support to regenerate pretty fairly quickly.
well, it's old right now. It's over
Sure.
2 years old. So I think whatever my body could do in terms of scar tissue, it's done. You
Yeah.
know, But the knee is recent, and like my orthopedist was looking at the MRI, was like, it's almost like it's somebody else's MRI. He goes, you have
Okay.
no physical examination of a torn ACL, you have no buckling, but
Sure.
it's definitely injured.
All right. So let me work with your right knee. And you may, and this goes for everyone here, you may experience a sensation of me actually working with the knee, or you may feel a heat or a cold or vibration or tingly or whatever. Um, so
And
I'm
the
going to work.
hamstring you cannot help.
I'm sorry.
Hamstring,
I'll work with one thing.
okay.
Yeah. And then next week I'll work with the other.
Okay.
All righty. And hopefully you'll be affected by then that you'll know there's been some kind of a change. And so we'll take it from there and see what happens. All
Okay.
right. Do you sense something happening there, Karen?
It was just some tightening.
Yeah, I'm going to work a little bit more with it and see if we can break the tightening. The tightening is like the chaos, the healing crisis. And so let's work a little bit more with it.
Okay.
Now, my perception is that uh, quite often, I don't know if it's from protection or an automatic part of your the systems to protect your, but it's creating. There's a constant protection there that's tightening it as well.
Mhm.
And are you familiar with that?
Yeah, not from now. Yeah, so I've been protecting this knee so much that I've
Yeah,
been sort of like favoring the other leg,
yeah,
and and
which is good.
yeah, and it became weak too. Like my leg is weak. I mean, you cannot see it obviously, but it's weaker.
Sure.
Uh, but yeah, so right now what I did feel was above the knee and behind opposite side,
Yes.
like that was also like pulling.
Yeah. Let's see if that doesn't help to strengthen it,
Mhm.
so the muscles can regenerate and create new pathways.
Okay.
All right, great.
Thank
And
you.
is there any way you can possibly stand up on it and see, or turn it one way or the other to see if it's going to make a difference, or it has made a difference or not, or it's the same or worse or better, whatever?
Yeah, I feel the same, but it's okay at movement. It's really like I'll probably have to do some ballet stuff here to like see.
Yeah, don't stress it. Don't stress
Yeah.
it. Give it a day or two.
Yeah, okay. I will.
Yeah, you don't want to redo it there.
Right. Yeah, that's been one thing. I don't want to rehear it. So
Yes, yes. And let's see
you,
what
you,
happens
okay. Sorry, go
over the
ahead.
next 24, 48 hours.
Okay. What should I watch out, like observe, like just
Nothing, just you'll notice if there's a change as you go on in life for the next 24, 48 hours.
okay.
And if you do notice change, slight or dramatic, you know, fantastic. And either come back next week and we'll work on more of it, or see what happens with it. It might even be healed, or it just might go through some gentle changes or whatever, make things more comfortable for you,
Mhm.
or make an appointment, whatever you want, hon.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, sure, sure. Thank you. Hey, Harry. All right. Turn on your mic. There you go.
Yeah, hi, Mike. Well, let me tell you what I would like you to work on today.
Please.
Both of my feet, I have some areas that are weeping in, with fluids and things, and I'm trying to treat those. And so I would just like you to work on them to see if you can help the healing process down there.
And have you been diagnosed?
Well, I've got nurses coming in to work on it through one of the Suncrest, the agency is
Sure.
sent a nurse to help deal with. So
I
it,
understand. Yeah, it hasn't been diagnosed, Harry.
no, I don't know that they've or if the
All right,
doctor,
don't worry about it. Don't
I
worry about it.
don't know for sure.
All right, my friend. Don't let me work with this, see if we can help it to feel better. Your
Once,
feet. All right, my friend.
thank you.
You got it?
Yes, yes. And
All right.
I'll be able to report back next week on how
I
much.
pray so.
was-
Yes. All righty. And uh Paul, please.
Oh, actually, Mark, tonight I wonder if you could do a blessing for one of my we've got 4 kids and my one son-in-law. He's Dutch and his parents still live in the Netherlands. And his father is in his mid-70s, and he found out earlier this year he had prostate cancer. So he's been going through treatment for that and kind of having a rough go of it. So his name is Pete, Piet.
Piet. Okay. All righty. How old is he?
I think he's 75, 76.
Oh, okay. All right. One thing that also affects us in life is the quality of the fear, and that affects the body psychosomatically in all ways, and physiologically and biologically, neurologically, everything. And so I worked with also the aspect of fear when I worked with him. So
Okay.
let's see what happens from that. And if he has a different frame of mind and has the desire to overcome.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Sure. My pleasure. All right, Nancy. Anything in particular, my dear friend?
Hi. Well, I want to report that my chest pain is overall decreasing, so thank you. And I've not had much of the doubling over kind of stuff. And today, I slipped on a ladder and
Oh,
ended up twisting my right knee. It kind of went sideways. So, and I've been dealing with some knee stuff with this particular knee. Anyway, and then I did that today. So I know it was a year ago actually, or in the spring when I fell on the stairs and twisted that same knee, but this one was a little, it's a difference. So anyway,
what I do sometimes when I have a injury or something, um, unless it's devastating. If it's devastating, I tell God to kill me, take my life, and get me out of here. But if it's not, I go through something that says I say to myself inside, you know, thank God I got this over with. I don't have to experience any more of these. And so I see it as a spiritual experience in that respect.
yeah,
I'm not happy that something happens, but I'm glad that I can get it out of the way.
yeah,
And, and then I won't find a replication of injury of a similar nature in another part of the body or the same part of the body. And that's my trick and what I do. And
good. I like it.
yeah. Um, so let me work with your right knee. It's actually on the kneecap area
Uh,
or on
yeah,
the
kind of.
inside of it, underneath it.
Yep, yep.
Okay. Let me work with that a little bit and see if we can help it to feel better here. And you just
Okay.
relax your knee. I actually felt the muscles relax a little bit in there. Uh, what was happening, my
Yep,
perception.
yep.
All right. And can you move your knee a little bit and tell me if you notice any difference yet, hon? And be candid.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Let me do one more little thing here.
Okay.
I felt change, so let's see what this leads into.
Great. Thank you.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. You're a tough group tonight, you guys. But things will be experienced as far as change goes. All right. I already got Karen, and I got Mike and Harry and Paul, Nancy, and Liz. All right, my friend. Are you there? There you go. All
So,
right, Elizabeth.
hey,
Huh?
hi.
Hi. Good to see you.
Same. Yeah, my ears are still like less hearing. Like they're still clogged, but they don't hurt anymore. But I would love
Good.
to hear again.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you gone to a ear, nose, throat doctor? Just curious.
No, not yet. I mean, I went to urgent care for the infection, so
Good.
yeah. And
Okay.
that's how I got the antibiotics. But anyways, I finished them yesterday.
All right, good. Now tell me something. Did I ever give you the exercise of hearing one ear then the other?
No,
Oh my gosh. All right. This will help to some degree, either a little to make it more comfortable or a lot.
okay.
What you can do is close your eyes for a moment and focus on um, your right ear.
Okay.
And can you hear the frequency or vibration in your ear?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
All right, good. Now hold it there for a couple seconds and focus all from the left side to the right and just having it strictly in the right ear and listening to that. Get it all over there or close to it. And if you focus on it, it'll all go over there like a wisp of smoke through your head to the right side.
Mm-hmm.
Now bring it over, all of it, over to the left side and just focus on it there. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can. Uh-huh.
Good. All right. And if you do it, say, one or two more times, the whole exercise takes maybe about 30 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds on each side. And keep focusing and focusing and focusing, and then bring it to the other side. Focus, 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 just on that one ear. And just keep doing that for 30 seconds the most, a couple times a day.
Okay.
And that will help also. Let me do one thing here. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Try that exercise a couple times a day, if not more. And whatever's comfortable with you, what you remember to
No,
do.
no, it's funny because I always hear the silence. Like I always hear it, so there's always like this white noise between my ears, which
Sure.
is normal. That's like the primordial bass. So
Mhm.
so it's entertaining for me to switch ears.
Yeah,
It's a good exercise.
it is. It's a very good exercise, and uh, you might find relief in it as well and more comfort.
Mhm.
When we hear the frequency, we oftentimes think of it as, oh, I got tinnitus and it's horrible, whatever, or I'm dying, not necessarily. So,
No, the silence has a sound.
yes,
It
it
has
does.
a sound, and it's
Yes.
really white noise between your ears.
Yeah.
And it's
And
very comforting.
yes, it is. And especially as we learn to control it like that, it'll
Mhm.
even be more comforting.
Cool. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mark,
And yeah,
Mark, is that something any of us can use
yes,
for what particular situation?
it helps to create a balance between, it contributes to a balance. It doesn't create it, it contributes to a balance between the right and the left hemispheres of the brain, and which also affects our hearing, etc.
So even if we don't have
Yes,
an infection or anything, you can
correct.
kind of focus going back and forth like that as an
Yes,
exercise.
It's a different sense of control, learning self-control in that as well. Yes,
Okay,
great exercise.
thank you.
Sure, sure. All righty. Susan, anything in particular, my dear friend? Anything you think of?
Hi, Mark. Yes. So I've been
Hi.
struggling with migraines. I've had them for several decades, but I've just had a kind of a recent bout last week of 3 days of migraines and then a really, really, really severe one yesterday. And so I piped up when you asked if somebody's having digestive issues because I actually became physically sick with throwing up and things like that. It was just
Okay.
brutal. So
Yeah.
I'll be going to see my primary care physician tomorrow,
Oh,
but
good, good. Um, you, the stomach and the head, they always correlate. So if one's affected, the other's going to be affected. If that one's affected, then the other's going to be affected. There's always be a correlation there. And so I'm going to first work with the migraine and tell me if you sense something happening inside your skull. Okay, hon?
okay.
All right. Do you notice anything happening there?
I did notice kind of like a slight tingling on kind of both the side of my head in the area, I guess,
Okay.
above my ears a little bit.
Yes.
And
Okay.
yeah,
All righty. I want to do a little bit more here.
okay.
Also on uh, your right side of the neck, is it tender?
Yeah, my neck is extremely like tense and just
Yeah.
hurts all the time,
Okay.
or has been with, I shouldn't say all the time. It hurts with the migraines.
Okay. What I'd like you to do, and let's see if we can create a change there. And this pertains with the migraines as well. I want you to imagine that my two fingers are on your neck right here, center going maybe a half an inch to the back
On the right side?
on your right side, correct.
Okay,
And what I want you to do is just hold straight, and I'm going to push in. And what I want you to do with your imagination, which means to image in action, I want you to imagine that you're just pushing your neck into my two fingers with resistance a little bit.
okay.
There. Did you notice a release?
I felt a little bit of something in my face, not anything major, but
Oh, that's fine. That's
yeah.
fine. Now, if you were to press in, is it as uncomfortable as it was?
Maybe alleviated a little bit more.
Good. Let's see if this doesn't perpetuate into something.
Okay.
How's do you notice any difference in your head? Just being candid.
Not yet.
Okay. All right, let's see now. All right. Uh, we'll see what happens.
Yes,
See,
thank you so much.
my pleasure, Rosso. You got it. All righty. And I'll come back to each person in a little bit here. Aria, talk to me. Anything in particular you can think of? Aria, you there, hon? Aria? She walked away. All right. Nini, talk to me. Are you there?
Hi,
There
Mark.
you are.
Yes,
Hi.
sorry. Yes, I've had a cold for about a week, and now I'm left with this dry cough. So if you can
Oh,
do some healing for my cough, it's really annoying.
oh gosh. Okay. And you're
Thanks.
drinking a lot of water?
I do, yes.
Good. Because the body needs it. It's like a radiator in a car. You got to
Yes.
have it. All right, my dear friend. And
Thank
let me know. And please, if anyone experiences change in their life, that's what we're going for. Let me know what changes happen. If you could write a tiny 3 or 4 or 5 line thing saying something might have changed and what it was, or what it was like before and what's happened since, I'd appreciate that too. And Karen, how you feeling on your knee?
Hi, Mark. I'm here. This is Aria.
Oh, hi, Aria. All right, 1 second. Karen, do you notice any difference in your knee? Is it the same or worse or better or what?
Right now the same, but I'm sitting, I'm not really moving around.
Oh, okay,
And
that's fine.
sitting is always fine. Is when I start moving around and crossing my legs and doing all kind of. So I can
Yeah,
definitely
you
report
don't
to
want
you.
to strain it. You don't want to
Yes,
strain it
no.
for a day or two.
Okay.
And then don't do a major strain, a major exercise or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
All they tell me to do, and they say it's great, is a stationary bike. Biking is good because it kind of strengthens
cool.
the.
Yeah, that's a resistance. That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
The resistance exercise. They're
How would
great.
you like me to report back to you as the?
Email, that would be fantastic.
Okay, it's on the page, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. I really appreciate your time and attention.
Oh, of course. And please do keep me updated.
I will.
All right. And Aria,
Hi.
any one thing,
I-
hon?
yes, my son. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My son Sam, if I would just like some prayers for him.
Okay.
He's very frustrated at work, and that's it.
Okay. Let
Thank
me ask a blessing on him.
Thank you.
He's also mad and discontent. So,
Yes. He wants to quit work, which I
yeah.
think would be great. Maybe he would get a job he liked more. So
I would encourage him to stay at least another week or two and make up his mind in saying, okay, I'm going to stay one more day and see how it goes. And keep every day saying just one more day and see if things don't work out.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. And what about you, Aria? Any one thing in particular?
Oh, um my
I'm sorry.
my right knee is bugging me lately, but
Everyone's right knee. All right.
I know.
Let me ask healing on this.
Thank you.
All right. And everyone, please remember to go to the website and sign up for the newsletter if you want an appointment. It's a lot more than what we've done here. And it'll be very personalized. And also being able to work with emotional things very easily. It seems to have been all these years. And don't be disappointed if you right now didn't experience something. There's always change happening, and it'll continue to affect you. And I know that the divinity is alive and well, so don't discount anything. Find out for yourself, and by being patient with yourself, if you didn't immediately get an effect. So don't down yourself in any way. Any other comments or questions, please, before we rock and roll and boogie? Please. Anything? Karen, anything?
No, I'm really glad I found you guys.
And same here.
You
Glad
guys
you're
have
here.
this every Tuesday?
Every Tuesday.
Okay.
Yes, at this time. Unless I should land on Christmas or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I won't answer my calling for Zoom. And let's see. Anything, Susan? Anything you can think of?
Nothing to really add. My head definitely doesn't hurt. I mean, it hasn't been too bad today, so that's good. But I look forward to, as you said, sometimes it develops over time. So I look forward to seeing what
Yes.
that looks like. So
Yeah.
thank you.
And it's being objectively observant instead of analyzing, critiquing, thinking, or judging. It's being objectively observant and noticing it, and then just walk away and think of something else.
Not overthinking about it, or
Yeah, that contributes to more of the destruction.
that's interesting that you say that because I've been thinking about that a lot this
Yes.
week, that it's you could get stressed about the illness in and of itself
And that creates more of it.
yeah. But I also really like what you said about the gut kind of brain or the gut head, connection, because that really hit me yesterday. I
Yes.
said, I think this is a gut issue somehow. I really, really do. I've never thought about it in that way before, but
Yeah, they're always
that was,
connected.
yeah.
Always. There's no separation of them. Good points. Yes. Awesome. 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 Remember though that in when we're being objective and observant and or wondering about something, then we're not participating in thinking, analyzing, critiquing, or judging.
Just experiencing.
Experiencing and then go change your mind, do something else before we
Okay.
start going back to those aspects.
That's extremely helpful. Thank you.
Very important. Very important. Awesome. Anything else from anyone? Please, I can try to answer or comment on before we go. Good. go to the website, enjoy it, and it's going to be updated more and more and more within the next coming weeks. And a lot of changes. Enjoy it. And also don't forget to go to the appointments thing if you want an appointment with me, either to FaceTime or Zoom or telephone. Or if you want to do the gifting tab, please feel free to do that. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I thank those who have already. And I don't know what else to say. Anything, Karen? Did you have a question?
I'm gonna have to go because I have someone arriving soon here. So I want to thank you again and very
Everyone.
nice meeting everyone.
It's
And I
been
look
an honor.
forward- It's been an honor for myself as well, and I look forward to seeing you again. You
All
all.
right, everyone. Bye. Thank you very
Thank
much
you,
for
Mark.
being here, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye,
Mark.
Bye, Nancy.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Liz,
Take care.
Nini.
Thanks, Mark. Bye, everyone.
All
Bye.
right. Bye, my
Bye-bye.
friends.